Hey guys, I'm so sorry for taking a while. Um, just so you know, this is something that is very triggering for me, but it's something that is necessary, especially because his behavior is being spotlighted and it's time. So I want to first say shout out to the Rich Girl Club, my sissies. You know who you are, my sis Kasara. Ren, you all know exactly who you are, who have been supporting me through this, especially those of you that have been around for years, that have seen all of this stuff happen, everything that's transpired, everything that my family has dealt with, and even the fact that some of you guys have dealt with some of me dealing and working through my trauma with this. And um sometimes I would lash out because it's been an interesting journey. I wasn't going to address this, but when I saw some of the other ladies that we all pretty much know each other and we've all experienced a level of doxing, harassment, stalking, smear campaigns, reputation damage. There have been so many women that are out there that are on social media, on YouTube, that to no avail have tried to fight against this, try to get people to believe them. And people just view it as just social media. They say it's just as simple as blocking someone, and it's just not. Um, so I just want to share that this is not something that is as simple as blocking someone, because if you know anything about this man, you can't just block him. Because there are going to be thousands of accounts within the month created to basically do whatever and say whatever, smear your name and harass you in ways that are just insane. So let me go ahead and say this clearly. What y'all are seeing right now, this is definitely not new to me. While everybody is reacting to what happened with Kenyon Martin and even what happened with Kwame Brown, even seeing the videos that he has made about Kwame over the last couple of years, especially when Kwame first, came to YouTube, he was quite viral. In fact, what's interesting about it is, and I'm going to show receipts. He actually, it's one of the things. Okay, so here's what we're not going to do. He has effectively taken a lot of women's voices away, right? And what you're not going to do is question what I'm doing. Okay? What I'm doing is shedding light on something while more light as the light is being shined. Okay? Because there is some woman sitting somewhere upset, traumatized, and not feeling good about herself because some weird person is stalking and harassing her. So please, that's probably one of his accounts actually. Mods, handle the people. Handle them. Just handle them, cuz I'm not about to be paying attention to these people. More than likely is him. While we're live, you probably will notice there'll probably be some weird accounts coming in saying weird things. Y'all take care of them. Okay? I'm not even on that blocking stuff, but I'm not interested. Okay? All right. So while everybody is reacting to what happened with Kenyon Martin and Kwame Brown, I've been dealing with the same behavior from this man for 7 years. And for the most part, there were times when I spoke about it, but on a large scale, I've been kind of quiet about it, not because I could not speak and because I was, trying to ignore it, um, but because I just could not make it stop. And ignoring it does not make it stop, right? There is a man. He is known by the name of Shug. Okay. His real name is George Booker. And for years, his entire thing has been targeting people, harassing them, and then building narratives, very harmful narratives around them, their character, their channels. And he's very effective at what he's doing. And what I'm going to explain to you is that what he has successfully done with Gilbert Arenas in proximity to him is what he has done on social media to many women. I'm talking Women have lost their jobs, had their licenses to work in certain fields removed from them, and just all kind of stuff. So please understand, Kenyon Martin was not wrong. He did not attack that man. He responded to him. This man attacked Kenyon's disability, and that's his pattern. He finds something real or fake and he weaponizes it, right? And in my case, his very first attack on me, and it might sound funny in the beginning, but bear with me. His very first attack on me was telling people that I was in a wheelchair, right? So he has no problem with using a disability against someone. So I came into YouTube, even though this is a small channel, I've had multiple channels that largely we can we can attribute my loss of large platforms, large amounts of income to this man and his smearing of my name, right? Um, so people thought I was in a wheelchair for years. And the thing about it is, when someone is attacking you in that way, there's a certain way that you have to handle that if you're a person of a certain understanding. I had followers, subscribers, supporters at that time. A lot of you guys might know him. I don't even know if he's still around. O'Shea Linux, right? He was a paraplegic. And there was another man who was a supporter of the platform. There were a couple of people with disabilities. So there's no way I can defend myself in a way that would be effective, that I could find, where I did not want to be offensive. So yeah, it was, she's in a wheelchair and she's homeless, right? And I want y'all to really hear me when I say this. It wasn't just jokes. It was not just trolling. This was a full-blown smear campaign. He told people that I was disabled in a wheelchair, that I was homeless, that I was living in a van, that I was a sex worker, that I had a secret white husband with these mixed children, that my grandmother told me as a teenager. And of course, none of that is true. And there's nothing that I can say, nothing that I will say, that I cannot prove with over 370 videos. And there's actually more, but that's just what I can put my hands on right now, and thousands of screenshots. And he said this so consistently and got other people to repeat it, right? And the thing about it is, when you're telling people this stuff, a lot of people will think, okay, well, it's just name calling, kind of like they're saying about Kenyon. It's just name calling. It's not a big deal. But when you come into a space, and I did come into the YouTube space very early, attracting a lot of subs very quickly. My platform grew at record time. Like, I mean, you could use this one as a judge. This one I've only been using for like 3 or 4 months, right? And larger content creators, the Tasha K's, the O'Shea's, they were all on my platform. And so that put a lot of spotlight on me, which made it a jealousy factor for a lot of people. He took it further, and he didn't just come after me, he went after my husband, to the point where if you typed my husband's name into YouTube at one point, and he has the proof and the documentation of this, because all of this stuff is documented, screen recorded, and put into videos, right? There was a point where if you type my husband's name into a YouTube search bar, it would auto populate with domestic violence and child molestation. All right. Completely false. And domestic violence. Right. And for the 99th, and this is something that my husband has shown, he's shown his record. He's shown that there are absolutely no DV convictions he's had. His children's mother come on to the platform to even verify that he's never put any hands on them. And still, our names are synonymous with all of these things. And it doesn't just stop here. And this is stuff that he started. Everything, if you have ever seen a video come up with my name in it, and some of you are even, because sometimes for whatever reason, people that follow me around, they start doing similar content as me. So If you've ever been on any of these platforms and you just happen to see a video that says something like surviving Nylah and Taz or something about us, the weird stuff in those videos all stem from his platform. And what makes it so harmful is that anytime you say something that somebody doesn't like, or you go against a belief that they don't like, their way of competing with you is validating what he says. So there are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos where there are mainly women, but some men repeating everything that he says. So I don't know if you guys can see my screen. If you guys can see what my screen says, just as an example. This is a screenshot from one of his many live streams, right? And let me move myself over. So this was made to look, and this is completely fabricated. I do not have the money to hire a forensic person with a computer to prove this, right? And I don't even know if it would be proper to try and get funding for that, but this is something, this is all something that he made up. Everything, like, for instance, let me make this a little bit bigger. So he made it look like I'm in his inbox. For your eyes only. Shout out to Ann 411. I do remember you being around for a while, and like she said, there are lots of women who have gone through this. On this screenshot, this is his live stream, right? He's saying, he's acting like I sent him pictures of myself, right? And so this picture, what he would do is he would get pictures of people, and he never shows a full face, but it would look similar to me. And he would put up these pictures. I've got plenty to see. I got plenty to show, right? And so people were thinking and saying that, oh, the reason why there's a beef is because, oh, they were in a relationship. So he's telling people that I was with him before and that we were together. I do not know this man. I started on YouTube in 2018 with my original channel. I don't know him. I've never met him. When we go through all of our receipts and the earliest communication, his problem stemmed from having someone call him slow and timing him out in a live stream. So because he was timed out and I would not give him a wrench, because at this point I realized that he was nuts. Coming into YouTube, I didn't know anything about a lot of people, so I gave anybody wrenches. I was really trusting with everybody, but people were, telling me, and he could pick up on it, because I will show the actual messages that came through, which was him trying to bully me into letting him on panels, letting him run amok in my chat room. And because this is literally, all of this started in 2018 because someone called him slow in the chat room. So now we got these pictures up, right? That is often, and this is not the other one. Yes, this is the guy that put a picture of no, it's not. That's another guy, and that's another thing that people don't understand. Once he starts this stuff, everybody just, if as soon as somebody gets mad at you, oh yeah, um y'all are poor. Which again, poverty is not something to be, it's not a character flaw. So who wants to go out of their way to someone that is stalking them to prove, no, actually I have a very nice home that we live in. Actually, this is my, who's going to go out of their way to prove that? Because on some level it can look like you're doing something else, right? But again, escalation, right? It didn't stop here. He, like I said, he photoshopped these images that looked like me and he sold them, right? He has sold these pictures that he has photoshopped of me as nudes. And matter of fact, let me just let you hear him in his own voice discussing selling my nudes that he doesn't have, but he wants people to believe it. Hold on, let me rewind it, because I don't even want him to know everything that I have. But listen, cash at me, PayPal me. I seen you Nyla's pussy shot. That's another reason why they mad. There is absolutely no way. There is nothing, no pictures of me, no scandals or anything, but there are people, women and men, that would literally repeat what he's saying. So he actually was selling this at one point. Whenever, like, you, because you know that there's a thing, there's, content on content creator beef is a thing. Like, we get into it sometime, right? So whenever this happens, these are the things that people repeat and put out to the point where it is so hard to keep up with that. Did you guys hear that? Did y'all hear what he said? I don't know if I need to play it again, but he made pictures, and I'm going to show you, because this isn't the only this is not the only image that he has made to make it look like me. Okay. And by the way, one of the reasons why I was actually happy to see the confrontation between him and Kenyon is because this man is a coward. Right. And when I say he's a coward, this is what I mean. So for years, he's, talk stuff, made threats towards my husband. Right. My husband don't play. And this man knows this. Right. This man knows this, because when he came to Las Vegas to fake like he's on vacation and I'm coming and I'm going to pull down on Taz, there are people in the chat that can witness. He ran. He does not take confrontation from men. He ran. This man, I had to make a list of stuff that he's done. Okay. He encouraged, and I have all of the messages, all of the screenshots. I have screen recordings of this, everything. Encourage people to mass report and flag my channel. He's contacted my family members, including my elderly grandmother. He's put up pictures of my grandmother, pictures of Taz's grandmother, pictures of children in our family, our relatives' homes. Harassed the mother of my husband's child, got in her inbox, slandered my parents, slandered my children. And like I said, what makes it worse, when there are other people that don't like you because he's effectively made you appear like you're the trash that he is, they just run with it. He made it to where it was okay to, basically, now really think about this. We were being slammed for being homeless, with never being homeless, when literally that's been his plight. This man has never had a real job until Gilbert Arenas. This man has, declared himself indigent, tried to groom a 14-year-old child of a woman that he was dating on this app, stole from her, same woman that he tried to groom her 14-year-old daughter, forced her, and she says she was forced to lie, even though she'd never met and does not know us personally, had that woman going around YouTube doing interviews saying that she was SA'd by my husband. Okay? SA'd. And there, like I said, I have no fear of anything coming back, no defamation, nothing. There is nothing that I can say that I will not have the proof for, if not witnesses. This right here, more than likely, because this is what he does typically, he uses the avatars of white people for some reason. He says, that's not your email, this person. More than likely, this is him. Because yeah, he made it seem like it's my email, but what he cannot do is go into his Gmail and show it factually. Okay. And I will bet, I bet the nigga his paycheck that he can't, because it's false. Okay. Um, there was a period, and some of you guys remember this, is what we call the April 1st massacre. Because like I said, it was really easy to get people that had growth issues just like him, where they wanted to be popular but they couldn't. And so they wanted to build a channel off of making up these weird ass stories about me, right? So the April 1st massacre was this. Multiple people got together and did hours long streams day after day for months, spreading lies, saying that I was putting hits out on people, that I almost got people killed, that I was getting people fired from their jobs, saying that we were extorting women for just anything that you can think of, validating his lies, building on top of him. It became a point where if you wanted to grow a channel in Black YouTube spaces, all you had to do was validate what he said and build upon it. Right. And so at this point, it wasn't just him, it became a network. So now you have tons of people repeating the same thing, repeating the same thing. Like I said, I'm going to show some, there's no way I could show it all at one time, but there are enough people here to have seen a lot of this, right? Um, and his pattern is really simple, right? And this is what I need y'all to understand, because this is where it connects to what happened with him and Kenyon Martin. His pattern is very simple. The moment someone is praised, the moment someone is respected, that's when he shows up to tear them down. If you remember what Kenyon Martin said, he said somebody was showing him love, right? And the moment someone shows him love, that's when he said, oh, he's a starter. He can't talk. He can't do this. That's what he does. That was his problem with my husband. That's still the problem with him. Right. And so here's a lot of truth that people don't want to say about him. A lot of this is projection, and we have proof from the women that he's been involved with. He's when I tell you he's broke, he's living on someone else's dime right now. Even that, like I said, the harassment and the stalking and the multiple accounts and the smear campaign started in 2018. This man, as recently as just a few days ago, was trying to get on me and my husband's stream. We sometimes you guys don't even know what's going on because we don't want to give him attention. So he's literally, when we drop the link for y'all to come on, he is in the back chat trying to get on the camera, doing weird stuff. Okay. Um, Spreading narratives. Like I think his narrative that he's trying to spread now is that we're not together. He has an obsession with our relationship, to the point that, like I said, when we were new YouTubers, I was the YouTuber. My husband wasn't on YouTube, but he worked literally like 18 hours a day. So sometimes he would be a part of the panel discussions, but no one knew that it was my husband. Well, people knew, just not most people. So there were larger content creators that knew, but he started doxing us and found out and turned it into a scandal because we were married. So he was upset that we were married and upset about our relationship. And because a lot of people like us, a lot of people rock with our content style, people just fuck with us. He did not like it. So what he wanted to do was turn us into the lowest that you could think of. Oh, they're broke. They're homeless. He's beating her. He beats other women. He has 8 domestic violence charges. He's kidnapped women. He tricked a little girl into out, just anything that you can think of to tear down the character. We literally call it Naz Tales now. It's like a combination of both of our names, because what he does is he builds and builds a new story. So it comes a time sometimes when we, got tired of some of the stuff, and so we did start to kind of show some of our life, and show that we had a nice place, and that we're fine. We got nice vehicles. We got a cool family and all this kind of stuff. So it became harder for them to run with some of the narratives. So they make up something else. You know what I mean? So when people saw our home and what kind of home we had, then it's, oh, they're hustling their grandmother. They moved and took over her house. They did this. I mean, anything that we've done that was good and that was productive and righteous, he turns it into something horrible. Like it's just weird. Um he built this is the thing. We have proof, like I said, of these women that he's involved with, how broke he was, how he had to depend on them. He's never been stable. He's relied on others to take care of him his most of his existence, right? And yet he built an entire narrative that we were the ones that were struggling, homeless, and unstable, right? Um, he sure did. He sure did. Um, and even now, it hasn't stopped. If we speak on domestic violence, which is something that we used to speak on a lot. My husband did a lot of advocacy for women that were suffering through domestic violence, femicide talk, any protection of black women or anything. We if we speak on domestic violence, he'll say, "Well, Taz is he's the one. He's beating Nylah right now." There was viral audio of Zach Stacy. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Zach Stacy was physically abusing his girlfriend, and the audio went viral. He would cut up video and superimpose it into a live stream where we're not on camera and make it sound like I got beat on a live stream. And like I said, what's horrible about this is that women who want to compete with you as a content creator that are in black women's empowerment spaces, divested zealots bitch ass, she took the video, and there's tons of this going on. She took the videos into a Patreon because we shared an audience because they were black women, and said, look, you can't listen to Nylah. You can't trust Nylah. Nyla's with the Dusty that she has to take care of her, and he's beating her. So they tried to turn our life into the example of everything that you want. If we talk about scams, they'll say we're the scammers. We're the scammers. You know, if we talk about protecting women, they'll say, women aren't safe around us. And then if you have the nerve to defend yourself against these allegations, you will get people that will attack you for it. Okay? No matter what we talk about, it's discredited because he did such a great job at building narratives, right? Chat rooms for this man is where his guerrilla marketing would take place. And again, I'm going to show all of this, not right now, but I will be putting some, probably on the free tier of my Patreon and showing you guys what some of this stuff looks like. And I'm going to show some right now. My husband has a video that will be premiering after this live is done, that is actually going to show some of the stuff as well. But he would go into chat rooms and just say, oh, did you know that Taz killed someone? Did you know that Nylah is married to a white man? They're not really married. How many, drop a blue heart if you have seen where people are saying that we're lying about being married, and or that I'm married to. If you've ever heard that I'm married to a white man, or I have white children or something like that. Everything that you have heard negative about me that is crazy. Now, if you heard someone say that I cuss somebody out, absolutely, I will cuss them. I will cuss a bitch out. This is true. Okay, but you gotta bother me. You gotta be picking on me to get that treatment. But I'm saying all that to say this is what I've had to deal with. And it's not just a video. Imagine every time someone looks for your name, it's synonymous with domestic violence, scamming, um, you're a sex worker. Okay. I have the screen recordings of him making videos saying that I was a sex worker. Him and another woman, you remember Black Woman Sphere, who now is pretending to be a Christian, putting out again fake messages and trying to make it seem like I was in a relationship with other YouTubers. Like at least three. And just, I mean, repeating it over and over so that people have some sort of weapon to use against me whenever they want, you know. And like I said, what he's doing, it's not new behavior, it's not random. This is a pattern, and I have lived with this for years. I have lived with, if I'm on Twitter defending women who have been harmed from SA, all of a sudden somebody randomly says, but your son, my stepson, but your son is a rapist. Your son raped someone. That's what they'll say. None of our children have ever been locked up. Another thing, people say I do not have a criminal record. Do not have a criminal record. But there are people that, and I will show you the videos where they're literally sitting up there talking about, I have this record. They said that I just, anything that you can think of. Anything that you think of. But I can assure you, I have not spent one day being in commission of a crime. Okay. And the one time that I did have an issue, it was literally a driving situation where someone had used my license and got tickets that I didn't know about. Right. And here's the thing. It has been this, I believe that now I will be able to get some help with this. Look at this person. Are you sure? Are you sure that it's mine? And if it was, why don't they post the records? Why don't they post the records? Post me having a criminal record. You see what I mean? So yeah, so like, yeah, I don't care about the need to reach up to me to try to build me, to try to bring me down anymore, because that's exactly what it is. And the women that are in support of it, how can you be in support of this man slandering so many women? How can you? We've all seen the receipts of what he did to Misunderstood's daughter. I watched in real time as he posted the pharmacy license of Clyde Diva and told everybody to report her, and she subsequently lost her. We saw this happen in real time. I have the receipts of that. In fact, you know what? Let me just put up some more stuff. And just for those of you coming in, just again, I don't know this man. He don't know me, but let him tell it. He wants to be seen as the authority on myself and my husband for some reason, and it's the weirdest shit in the world. He was literally going around with pictures like this saying that it was me, and with shit like this saying that I sent him something. Never. Never. Okay? Let me show you, let me let y'all hear again. Okay? Who want Nyla's pussy shot? Cash at me. PayPal me. I seen you not. See? um he's sent it around to other women. I remember, and this is why I have nothing for Irene Yvette anymore, because he sent her whatever weird pictures he's put together like these. Everybody knows he does Photoshop stuff, right? He sent it to her. She wouldn't send it to me, but he's sending around pictures of different people. Like, if you get into a beef with me, he'll send it to you and say, like, look, this is her nudes. I'm not perfect, but this is what I can tell you. I have lived my life intentionally, and I have intentionally never been promiscuous, never been a hoe, never stepped out on my husband, never did no bullshit like this. And I'm not judging you if you are, but to have people doing that. And then don't forget, don't y'all remember when they were taking bets that they were going to ruin my marriage by making up shit? Remember? Who was around for that? And just so you know, this video that I'm playing, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's my daughter's picture on his avatar. That's my daughter's picture. On that avatar is a picture of my daughter. So let's just go through some of the stuff. Okay. Let me see something. And then Ren, my sister Ren. Y'all know when we first came on, we came on with Ren. It was me first, and then Ren started coming around, and then Taz created a channel. Ren, again, a woman of faith, a woman has been married. I want to say they might be right at 20 years now, right? They're going around saying that they put out this narrative that we were all in a relationship. She's a married woman, that she was on crack, when literally if you go to his children's mother's social media, they're saying that he's the one that needs rehab. I have emails from 2019 and beyond, because I always knew that there was going to be a time when I was going to be able to compile what he has done and stuff that I have found throughout the years. There are people that are alleging that he is the person. Okay? Even with the woman Clive that he did, she actually showed his drugs when he went to see her, you know? And it's like, it's his method, what he's using now, with why it is so dangerous, is he is using his proximity to Gilbert Arenas as a way of validating who he is as a person. Because understand, when we came around, this man couldn't get more than 20 people in the chat. He made up so many salacious stories about us that he finally built up to get like 60 people in the chat. Then it was like 70 or whatever. And like, he literally just made his name off of following us around social media. Go, if you're on his community wall now, you'll see that he was tagging. I have him blocked, so I didn't know that I was being tagged. I'm sharing photographs of sponsors, and he shares it and puts scam alert on it. Spiritual gangster, I am seeking something right now, because now the laws have changed, and I think that it is time. I think that it is time. Um, let's show a few other things, okay? Um, because I did take some stuff out that I wanted to share with you guys, just so that you guys can see. Um, and it's really sad, because when, like, it sounds to people like, oh, it's just name calling, it's just the internet, and you cannot block him. You can't block him, because I mean, if you are any Taz mods in here from the other day, the day that he kept trying to get on the stream, he's in the chat room. Oh, I'm rich now. I got a $1.4 million contract. I'm this. I know everything about Nylah and Taz. He's still harassing us. Still. So let me see. I'm gonna pull up some, like, one by one, some of the pictures. Oh, here's a classic one. Okay, let's pull this one up. Um, who remembers this thumbnail of his? Wait. Anybody remember this thumbnail? So when I first came to YouTube, I did not come on camera for the first 3 years. So he couldn't figure out, they couldn't, they were saying that I wasn't who I was, and that my pictures wasn't me. So this man, there's this girl that is next to Taz, right? That is a young girl, and we just share the name, right? He started stalking her and her mother and putting their pictures up because he thought it was me, right? And as you see, it says, Nylah says, sent Uncle Shug unsolicited news, and Taz can't get over it. Because when my husband would cuss him out or go in on him or drag him, he had to make it seem like it was because it was something other than what it actually was. And like I said, he loves to smear, right? So as you see, when you look up here, he tags everyone, right? And this is from 2019. He's tagging me, my husband, other content creators, anyone. And here's what you want to know about this. A lot of times he's only tagging people that we collaborate with, right? And that's another part of it. He will go to Carcino. Carcino needs to come here, honey, because I know Carcino does not have the receipts I have on this man. I know he don't. Trust me. So another tactic that he would do is he would start making videos. If you had a wrench in my chat, which is why if y'all notice, I always say keep your name off social media. Don't do it. This man would literally dox people for modding for me. I even have the audio of him saying that the only way that he would stop harassing us is if we shut down our YouTube channels, shut down our Patreons, and pay him. Now that's extortion. That's extortion. Right? So yeah, this is him saying, and just so you know, he was a struggle streamer, but he's really good at making accounts and going, and like he did, like I told you in the very beginning with Kwame Brown's channel, he was be super chatting that man. Taz is currently beating Nylah says. Kwame didn't know me, but he would go to big chat rooms where there were like, because remember he used to have like 20 and 30,000 people in his live. Anywhere where there was a large stream or someone was interviewing me, he would literally go there and super chat stuff like that. He would anywhere I go. So think about the interview that I did on Storm Monroe. If you guys were there, if you go back to the video still on Storm's channel, you will see where I start getting active because he starts he goes everywhere I go. And it's not just him. There are quite a few accounts that have like literally just been following us around and they just do this stuff, right? And then like if I'm on Tasha K's, whenever I'm on Tasha's, they're in the chat. They're doing, and it's like some people might think it's a small thing, but if there are people every day telling you that you're sleeping with this person, that you're a sex worker, that you're homeless, that you're in a wheelchair, that you beat your children, that you got a white husband that you don't want to tell, if people are literally telling people all of this stuff and you got to hear it every day, and as soon as you open your computer, it gets very taxing. Okay? It gets very taxing. So let's see, who did he tag in this? He tagged me, tagged Taz, Red Supreme, both my channels, Solar Vision Debate League, Tommy Sotomayor, Sinetta's wife, Clyde Diva, Paris Milan, Cynthia G, and O'Shea. He just tags everyone because he's trying to get an algorithm. Now here's what I want you to pay attention to. Can y'all see how long this live stream was? It was 11 hours long. He would do 11 to 12-hour live streams, and he would take naps. And this is something, again, that I would prove. He would fall asleep sometime. And what would happen when he would fall asleep is that he had his minions for them having a job, right? And their job was to keep up with what me and Taz were doing online. It just so happened that one day, I guess they fell asleep on the job. And so he said, who was watching in Nylah and Taz? And there was a guy, his name was Mr. Black. He died. Rest in peace. And before he died, he actually contacted me, apologized to me, and told me a lot of the stuff that was going on. And after that, after that was in, and he even told me about how he got in trouble. You guys aren't watching them. Shiesty Bum, I'm glad you think it's funny. So we'll show some more. So think about this. He's live for 10 hours and there's 371 views. So this, though, was actually good for him. This was good for him. This was how he gained some level of popularity. And it got even worse once our platform started to get bigger and our names got out there a lot more. There was a stream where the Manosphere came together on our sister's platform, and they decided it was like some sort, how we always be making peace, child. Obsidian, Angry Man, O'Shea, they're all deciding that they're going to bury the hatchet. It was a great stream. But Grinch, who likes to bang trannies, Grinch decided that he didn't like it. So Grinch and BGS, y'all know BGS, right? You know BGS, right? BGS used his platform to validate this man and all of his claims. So what he did was, in order to try to ruin our platforms, BGS, I'll never forget this. He said, every single thing that Shug has said about Nylah and Taz is 100% factual. Everything. Hey babe, let me know if you want to come up, right? So let's show some more. Let me show another a couple of more streams, because I look, like I said, we're talking thousands of screenshots and hundreds of videos that I can literally put my hands on in a second. I will not lie on this man. I will not misrepresent, and I will not stretch anything. There is nothing that I am saying that I cannot prove. All right. So let's get another screenshot. So, but yeah, it was really bad, especially because um I was new and I gained popularity very fast. So, for some people, they were like, well, maybe she really is, like maybe he is really the truth. Now, here's another time when he's trying to make it seem like he's got nudes of me, like we've got some sort of relationship. Let me make sure I make this where you guys can see it well. Um Okay, we'll do this. And 1 second. And mind you, this is not some kid. This is a 50-year-old man doing this. So this is probably 2019. They're time stamped in my files, but not where I pulled it up. This is him posting this picture saying Nylah says looking good wet. And so what you see is the pictures that he chooses are pictures, he never shows the full face. And like from an angle, you might think it's me. And he's posted multiple pictures of these. And what makes me upset about this, Feisty ass says I need to sue Underdog. What we need to understand too, what Underdog needs to understand, what Gilbert needs to understand, what everyone that is standing by him needs to understand, is that he is powered up by them, by using the equipment that they have, by using the level of notoriety that he can get from being associated with them. Okay? These are pictures that I've had to deal with. I have had to deal with men coming in my inbox and putting this picture there thinking that it's cool, you know. Okay? Thinking that, I'm this type, that I'm on the table, because he's trying to create an aura around me that just does not exist. But this is what he did. This is what he did. Okay? And like I said, thousands of this, and it's not just him. It's people repeating everything that he says. Let me get another Aaliyah, please check your messages for me. Um okay. Thank you. So, let's see some more stuff. Sorry about that. My phone is trying to talk to text. Let's see some more stuff. Let me get another picture up here. And here's the thing. I have kids. I have a husband. I have parents. I have grandparents, I have aunts, I have nieces, I have nephews, I have people that I've been in business with. I have a mother-in-law. I have tons of people that have had to see this. I've had tons of people that have had to see this. And what they don't understand is that not saying something and not fighting back, or just I'm just going to leave, doesn't make it go away. Doesn't make it go away. Okay? Um let's get some more. Okay, that's the same picture. I got some more stuff to show you guys. Give me 1 second. And this is just like the weird stuff that people think is funny, but when it's compounded and the stuff is happening repeatedly over and over again, it's not funny. It's not funny. So notice the name and notice how many subscribers he has right there, right? Shug, the king of content. Where does that name come from? This is him again mirroring my husband, right? Mirroring my husband on social media as far as his name. That used to be his channel name. He started it, whatever my husband's channel name was, that's what he named himself. But again, he's a coward because when it came to facing him face to face, he ran. He ran like the cowardly bitch that he is. He ran. But when it comes to women on here, oh, we can listen to some threats of violence. We everyone knows what he does to women on here. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. And that is exactly why it is so hard to see people, not everybody, but some people in these comment sections saying, "Oh, um he was a bully. He didn't, he didn't have to do, he has no idea. That man is so disrespectful. That man, like, he records people's phone calls. We've seen him playing people's phone calls. I've seen he flew a drone. Y'all remember Lady La? He flew a drone over her home. He does this is what he does. This is what he does. So this is exactly what Gilbert Arenas and the underdogs are supporting. Okay? This is what they're doing. And yeah, you know what? We can talk about that because the tactic that he's using with Gilbert and Kwame is similar what he does with YouTubers. And what I say is this. What I mean by that is this. When he has a fixation on you, when he's jealous of you, when he cannot compete with you, when he feels threatened by you, he looks for your enemies. But what y'all have to understand is he don't just look for your enemies. He creates the fucking enemies for you. The stuff that he does, he goes into chat rooms. And I'll show you guys some receipts of that. And he'll say, for an example, uh, um, Jane, Nylah just called you a bitch. And then he'll come into my chat room and say, Nylah, Jane called you a bitch. Right? And whoever falls for it, there he goes. So what he does is he befriends people that he knows is your enemy. So if you're the enemy of any of his of any people, he's going to find you. And typically the enemy is going to be someone that has a lot more emotion, has a lot more, traction and all of this kind of stuff. And because he's like I just showed y'all, he didn't have a lot of motion. So he relies on getting to other people, getting other people to spread his messages for him. So if you look at these videos or whatever, this is, and I think he just was doing a video about Michi the other day, you know, saying that, my husband fathered a child of someone else that was on YouTube. Just all this weird shit. Um, Let me go to some more screenshots. Let me go to some more. And if you guys are just getting here, if you want to hear him literally say that he's selling nude pictures of me, just rewind. I don't want to hear it again. So you'll just have to rewind to be able to hear it. Okay. Um let's go to the next screenshot. What else do we have here? Oh, here's one where he's putting up pictures of our relatives. Um got so many of these. So here he has a collage of pictures. What I want you to pay attention to is the picture that's in the back photo. That's one of those pictures that he tries to like superimpose. Like, I don't know if he like merges my face with other people or whatever, but it gives the appearance that I've sent him some naughty photos or whatever. Never sent this nigga shit, right? These pictures, this is my grandmother, right? And these are Taz's relatives in the background, children. So when Kwame was talking about he has no problem putting children up at all. No problem at all. No problem at all. Okay. And so yeah. And but well, it's crazy. He had 166 dislikes and 100, and that's the thing. The reason why he's always looking for people's enemies to get up under is because up until now, the only credibility that he could get was slandering someone that was coming up, right? Um, because people, people didn't trust him. They knew his history. There's rumors of a girl that was here before us that they say she unalived herself because he had a fixation on her. The I can't remember the young lady's name. But it's in my notes somewhere. Let me go to the next screenshot. Thank you guys. I just realized you guys are super chatting and buying memberships. I appreciate it so much. I promise I'm going to get to all of that. Okay. Let me pull up some more stuff. Okay, just another pic, just so y'all know, he didn't just do this to, to Kwame. He did it to whoever he could. He stalks people's family, he puts up pictures of your children. He's used my daughter's picture as an avatar before, what I showed earlier, putting up pictures of, family members' kids. What is the point of doing that? And then proceeds to have and I want to say it might be this stream, because I have the videos for these screenshots where he literally talked about sleeping with my daughter. So these are the kinds of conversations that he will have while he's slandering you, inappropriate conversations with children's faces on the screen. And let me see, we've got another one. This is just more of the same of him putting up family members' pictures. Um, just how obsessed he is with my husband is ridiculous. So he would have to have went to his mother's social media in order to do this, because these are pictures that his mother has of him, younger. So it just, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to see how obsessed he has been throughout the years. I feel like Kwame basically did a very similar montage, but when I tell you I don't have the time to show you guys all of the stuff that he has done, but I want to show y'all some good ones. Okay. Um yeah, here's one. So here he is. And he likes to cause trouble between women. Nylah says true feelings about Irene. Is this a friend or not? Why is a man involved in women's conversations? Um, Cookie Live with Uncle Shug, Nylah Says, and Taz exclusives. We have, call me, and this really bothers me because I don't have a criminal record at all. This is him recording released. Taz refusing to be a father to his son. Now, what's ironic about this is you could not pay one of my husband's children to say anything remotely like that, but his children have made videos that I believe are going to be in my husband's video that will start after this, where his daughter is saying that he's a deadbeat. His son online saying he's a deadbeat. Anytime, like, you look up the timeline of what he was doing, his daughter being shot, having 2 children as a teenager, his son modeling for a rainbow community with naughty pictures, the timeline lines up to him stalking us instead of taking care of his children. She said anyone that supports him, and here he says, I'm exposing everyone nudes and phone calls. And I think there are some women that have sent him nudes. I have no idea why. But the women who have sent him nudes, he put them out. And like, even y'all have to understand this game that he's playing now, where he's playing victim, saying that people are flagging him. People cannot flag you for stuff that you are not doing per se and have it stick. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did to me. When he would do stuff to me, then he would go around saying, oh, she's flagging my channel, she's doing this. And here we go. Here's another one. He loved to use this particular one. Like I said, he had people thinking that this girl's picture was actually me. And she was like the age of my daughter. I think at this time she might have been about 25, 26. And so he had people thinking that that was me because I never came on camera. What? Your son is like George? What are you talking about? My son is a very masculine, married man, father with a stay-at-home wife who would love the opportunity to talk to Shug about what he's been doing online. But he wouldn't, just like he ran from my husband in public, he would run from my son. My son's arms are literally the size of the width of his entire body. Okay. Um, let's see. And this is, again, Nylah Says and Taz exclusives. Why are y'all hiding your relationship? Really think about this. Really think about this. We're new YouTubers at this point. The jig is up, unbelievable. He didn't know that we were married, that we were a couple, because Taz was never going to be a YouTuber. It was nobody's business. We came into the space seeing people attack marriages, but some people absolutely knew. People knew. And I have receipts in here of people laughing about us dropping little hints about us being married because we wanted to reveal it in a really cute way, but he turned it into, because we were married and nobody knew, because again, he was at work and coming on my panels, it was a scam and we were just hiding. Okay. Gianna, what is this? She says, you have a stream by the pool last summer where Taz's son was hanging by the pool with you and the Vibers on a live stream. Yeah. I mean, he was just on Taz's live stream the other day. Like, we don't have the issues that this man has. It's ridiculous. Okay. So let me put up some more stuff. And like, I've never seen a man so obsessed with somebody else's relationship. It's been really weird seeing him operate like this. Now, why this thing don't want to close? It's been really weird. All right, so let me see, what is this one? Oh yeah, here's another one. This one is from 2024, because there's not a year that has passed since 2018 where he wasn't making these weird videos, where he wasn't doing all of this weird shit trying to slander us and harass us. So this one here, breaking news: Nylah and Taz abusives is living with her granny and making her cook for them. So my husband and I did something that you couldn't do for your parents, right? You never got your parents out of public housing, out of poverty. We moved my grandmother and my mother here and began to take care of them. And because we would do cute little videos with Granny cooking in the kitchen, he makes this video. And after that, there were other men that were putting my grandmother on thumbnails saying that we were doing some harm to her. You know, it's just weird shit, y'all. And this is from 2024. And again, like I said, tagging, why are you tagging Angry Man? Tagging anyone that he thinks, to try and get them to, like, I guess, spread rumors. So let me pull up some more screenshots. What is this one? Oh, not only did he say that I was a sex worker, he also said that I had a sex tape out. Okay. So this is where he was trying to convince people that I had a sex tape out. This is just a notification, suggested videos. Uncle Shug is live. Nylah and Taz sex tape released. After telling people that I was a sex worker. So, yeah. Let's go to some more. And again, this is what the underdogs and Gil's Arena is supporting. Right? And it's really interesting. Let's see this one. Oh yeah, and he likes to harass me via Cash App. I have tons of these things, right? And I think he does this to create a narrative of sorts. He sent me a Cash App for $1. I had to block him again because I've had another Cash App. They actually had they reported my Cash App one time. So let me see. Here we go. This is him creating narratives for his live streams. So he sent me this Cash App. Let me move it over. You guys can see it. Looking at your nudes, thinking about you. He has no nudes of me. No nudes of me. And there have been times where I have like literally melted down because like at one point, and my supporters can tell y'all about this, there have been times when there would be literally maybe 20 live streams from different people going on at the same time, repeating this mess that he would put out and laughing about it. And when I found out how expensive it would be to nail down him, and because he does not work alone, he's got women that will follow up the stuff with him and quite a few guys too. Yep. So when Kenyon was mentioning about, being mindful of the fact that he literally took his family around him, he should be mindful because he is not above recording people, with the misunderstood lady. He was taking pictures of her daughter as she slept. You know, it ain't no telling. I would not. And now that he has access to actual good equipment, I wouldn't be surprised if he put a camera, if he did something. He needs to, because I'm telling y'all, at some point, whatever is going on, because he cannot sustain any friendships with people, he is going to expose them on some level. That is just the nature of who he is. Let me show another screenshot. And this is just an example of what he would do in chat rooms and how our reputations got so damaged on social media. And here's the thing, him and this woman would literally say that they were purposefully making these videos and doing this stuff because they wanted, because people advertise on my channel and stuff like that, they wanted, when people were looking for me, for their videos to come up so that people would entrust me. So they were purposefully smearing my name, purposefully doing this shit. So this is him, and this is 2019. They trying to flag my videos. Now this is after he's done all this stuff, right? So just so you know, this is Stilo. What he's doing now over there crying because he says Kwame is trying to flag him. That's his game. That's his game for sympathy. Whenever he does stuff to people, if they retaliate in any way or responds to him, he literally becomes the victim. Literally become a victim. It's insane. So let's go to and see some more. Y'all, I have, when I told y'all, it's like 300. It's ridiculous. Like when y'all hear me talking about having 2 terabytes of storage on my phone, this is why. Because I get so nervous about not having the receipts about what this meant. It's more the videos and the screenshots. These are nothing because I don't even want him to know the extent of what I have. So this is again 2019. This is Obsidian's channel. And this is where a lot of the smear campaign happened between Obsidian's channel and O'Shea Duke Jessica's channel, because these were places where my husband frequented or were on the shows, and he was popular around there. So he would go to spaces wherever we are in order to, you know, smear us. So this is where he's smearing our sister. Y'all know Ren. Breaking news. Her name on YouTube at that time was Renaissance Woman. Renaissance Woman admits she smokes crack. So what he did was he manipulated audio and manipulated a photograph to make it seem like she was admitting to smoking crack. This is what he does to people. And here's the thing. If you defended me and Taz, the space trained people not to defend us. And this is how it happened. If you defended us, he would dox you. If you defended us, there were videos made saying anybody in her chat defending her, I'm doxing. And it was to the point where they were saying, don't be in her chat or I'm doxing you. That's why so many people have changed their screen names throughout the years and did all, like, you literally would get attacked by him and his people for supporting. With the truth though. Let's get some more. And again, this is a married mother. I mean, she was I'm sorry, a married wife, a woman of faith that he was doing this to. And it was simply because she would not allow him on the panel. So here's another one of his things. He's always trying to make it seem like there's been something between us when there would never be. So this is him. Girl Allow used to be one of the tags of one of my channels. This is him. He used to call himself Sugar Man. You still mad at Shug because he rejected you after you sent nudes. And then the title of the video is Trigger Alert. Nylah lies after getting tricked with my super chat. So when he says tricked with his super chat, he comes in and just makes up shit via super chat. That's what he does. That's what he does. So why is he in my, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's blocked. But you, again, you can't block him because he'll just make more channels to bother you. We can't even count how many of these profiles have been blocked. I want to say it was about 10. Bae, if you're in a chat, wouldn't you say it's about 10? At least 10 profiles that he made to try to jump on our stream. We have so many blocked of him, so much blocked of him trying to get on our streams. Like, why are you there? So I think I showed this one. I don't remember, but he posted it so much, and we've got more people, so we'll just show it again. This is him posting on his community wall saying that that's me. Saying that that's me. Yep. And people did not have any problems with him doing it. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Um and like, we've heard about men who like lie, about being with women or whatever, but this is worse. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. um Let me see what we have here. And just to show you, there are so many people that would share this, because again, if you wanted to compete with us as content creators and discredit us to the audience, all you have to do is say, hey, look, this is what Nylah does. Look at Nylah. So look at this, y'all. And please understand, it is hard for me to look at these images, even though I know it's not me, but because people have used this for years to represent me, I get triggered. So this is another YouTuber. Y'all probably are familiar with that channel. Sharing this. Nylah says the scammer of YouTube trying to replace Sansaray, who's dead now. And let's see the title. The Untold Truth about why Nylah says had surgeries and don't cut on her camera. And in this video, they made up this story about me having a botched BBL. And so, like, for instance, I go to people's chat rooms, even now, and I'm talking like maybe 2 weeks ago, I'm in a chat room and they're talking about this botched BBL because of him. And no, don't, and please understand that he's had women when they did their big one, what they thought was the big one, because what they've always been upset about is that they were never able to successfully take me completely down. I always grew, even in the smear campaigns, but it was rough because people are saying these things about you. People are trolling you about this, right? So they sat around and planned for weeks and months to befriend me, to get me to help them build channels and share their videos and help them with content, only so that they could build the content off of making up weird ass stories about me. And like I said, don't think that women, there are some women that are okay with that. There are some women that are okay with this. And there's more, okay? Because I'm definitely going to get to some of these women. All of them if I have to. Just not today, but y'all day coming. Let's see. Some more. So this is going to be an example of how he goes into two spaces to sow discord between content creators. So this is a screenshot, and this is probably 2019, 2020. Y'all know who this is. This is This was Pink Pill. And so I think she actually got somebody in forensics to figure out who this was, if memory serves. But somebody was trolling her and I guess slandering her. And whose comment is this? Now, I had nothing to do with this woman. Nothing at all. Okay. Let me show this. This is my husband. This is his channel. He says it's a whole nother set of receipts that I'm gonna be dropping. The video was done, but the editing was messed up. So there is going to be a video as soon as I get done. I'm gonna share it and set the redirect where he's gonna show even more stuff. But this is another content creator, and this is a woman, and he goes over there. This is his one of his channels. This is the channel that he named after my husband because he's obsessed with him. That account of you was Nylah Says. Do what you have to do, sis. You have my full support. So there are people that don't like me or that think I have done things to them because whenever they have a problem or they identified something that has happened, he will just either say, oh, Nylah or Taz did that. And the people will believe them. Or there used to be a time when you could not really tell whose channel it was. Like they had took away the ability when you were in a chat room to actually see the channel. He would make up channels with our pictures and our names and go around spreading rumors and starting fights with people. And so we look up and people are saying that we're doing and saying stuff to them. His goal was to have multiple people attacking us at all times. And I say this because people need to know this man was not a victim. Not a victim. Let's show some more. And I just want y'all to know there are things that I can't show that he's done and that I cannot play at all. Oh, here's one. So the guy who they said was my white husband, who my grandmother sold me to as a teenager. Let's take a look at this one. So this is who he put out. Again, I don't know this man, but this is what, this is they have this thing where they like to degrade me. And this is they said I was with this guy, he's white man. There's a lot of men in this space repeat this. This is the white man that they're saying that my grandmother sold me to as a child, who was a part of the Aryan Nation. And just they make up all these weird things. And so if you've heard a rumor that I have an ex-white husband, this is where it came from. They made this up. I've never been married to a white man. I've never even dated a white man. And I'm not dragging anybody that is in an interracial relationship or has mixed children. I just don't have any. So some people will look at that and say it's funny. But if you've already put out all these narratives that people are running with, it's not funny. What's wrong with I think my mouse has died. Okay. So yeah, this is what it is. Oh, let me what is wrong with this? I'm trying to Taz said they repeat anything slanderous. I was looking for the other comment where you showed that, yeah, somebody was just literally on my husband's platform saying that I had a white husband the other day. And they've been saying this since 2019. It's 2026 and people are still saying this. I go in comment section on IG and there'll be men that I don't know that are telling me that I'm married to a white man, that I'm a bed wench, that I'm this, that I'm like, it's insane. It is absolutely insane. So let's look at a few more. I think I have a few more for y'all. Okay, I showed this one already, but we have more people here. You might as well show more of the debauchery. Now, if I was talking about Clarissa Shields, we'd have 2,700 people in here. But here's the thing. This is, this is him literally This is the video. This is him with these with this Photoshop, whatever he is doing to make it seem like this is an email from me and that I sent him these pictures. And he's captioned the pictures, right? Um, whatever this is, like he's very detailed with his bullshit. Surprise, fresh out the shower, you like it from the back, and like all this weird shit that he's trying to represent as me. He's trying to represent as me. Breaking news, nudes resurface. Nylah says, and notice he put some women names in the chat. Like I said, some of these women are. In fact, when he made this video, there were bitches in the chat agreeing with this because they're fucking haters. Agreeing, like egging him on. So like this is how this stuff spreads because you got some people that have a competitive edge, and so they think that, oh, this is how I can discredit her. So they like to see this happen. Some people don't like that larger platforms fuck with me. So this is what they do. This is what they do. See a few more. Thank you guys for support. I really appreciate. This is somewhat cathartic, right? Cuz I don't think I've ever showed all of these things. I don't think I've ever showed so much, okay? But just so you know, this is again speaking to this is what he does. You know, how he's, it's time to flag them for hate speech. They're monetized. Let's see who it hurts the most. He's always trying to like ruin stuff for us or whatever. He's always trying to and that was his thing. He wants to attack people financially, your reputation and everything. Like that's literally what he does. Literally what he does. Let's get some more. And some of these I ain't even gonna say that. This was his latest, but for whatever reason, his bitch ass took it down. This was his latest attempt at smearing my husband. And again, he's such a little weak ass bitch. So he tags Anton Daniels and all of his channel. Got a couple of police reports on this woman abuser. You might want to see, you'll understand why he's attacking your wife. Taz has never attacked anybody's wife. And he's currently getting caught stealing, living with his mom in Lima Hut. Like, just, he literally will make up and say anything. Anything. And so what he's doing in that instance, let me put it back on the screen. What he's doing in that instance, when he's trying to get Anton Daniels' attention, is essentially the same thing that he has going on with Gil, right? So in this situation, he wants um he wants Anton Daniels, because Anton Daniels got people are doing content about him. He wants him to basically feel like he's an ally and he's an expert on Taz, and I could help you out. Because we all know that the only reason why that Gilbert has him around is because he's harassing Kwame. That's his. He's willing to do anything. He's shameless. Like the way that y'all saw him sitting there like a little bitch, not even standing straight up as that man corrected him like he was his fucking child. That's who he is at his core. That's who he is at his core. And so he will be a larger content creator's bitch boy if he thinks that he could get next to other people. And yes, thank you for reminding me. It has been 7 years of this. 7 years he has been doing this, and he has never stopped. Never stopped. There is not a year between now and 2018 that I cannot show you this man just making up all type of stuff and other people following up with his bullshit. So let's see. I think I got a few more. Or are these the same ones? I think I might have duplicated. I did. And yeah, he's always tagging me, but I didn't even know he was tagging me because I have him blocked. Um, but anything he can do to slander, he's gonna do it. So this okay, this is what I was telling you guys about where he superimposed the audio of Zach Stacy beating his girlfriend and said it was me. It was the audio of my husband beating me, right? So this is just someone telling me. I forgot to tell you about this, and this is how. And the reason why I'm showing this is because a lot of times the smearing of our names, this is how it circulates. People have discords, little back chats and stuff, and they gather their followers. Which sometimes, especially when you're dealing with women's content, will have a shared audience. So in order to like, you know, diminish you to the audience and all this kind of stuff, this is what these hoes do. So she says, I forgot to tell you about this. So I wanted to get involved with other divestment pages. I decided to roam over to Divested Zealots Patreon. When I got there and scrolled a bit to see what was on there, I saw a ton of Shug's videos. Now, I don't understand why divested black women, these are black women that are, you know, divested from the black community, right? Why you would be sharing a bandit's videos. But she says, I saw tons of Shug's videos because he does tons of videos. So what content creators do is they get his videos and then share them behind the scenes to their audience to try and get people to unsubscribe or not trust me or not like me or think that we're fraud. She says, I saw there she shared a ton of Shug's videos there, and they were legit buying the lies. They even had a private video review. That was the fastest Patreon subscription and cancellation I've ever done. Shug's content is damaging, and it's absolutely getting around. It's y'all, it's been rough. It's been rough, okay? And what it makes people do is have a hyper focus on you, right? And when they hyper focus on you, anything that you do is a red flag. Anything you do is a red flag. Anything that you say, oh yeah, that's right. You know? Um, let's see. Few more. This is him doing this to someone else. Um, I saw she talked about this in the comment section of Kwame's. But I don't even know if she has proof of this. But when I tell you I don't do I got receipts, baby. Um, I I removed the information that could dox her or get her in trouble. But this is him because, like I said, he does this to women. He does this to women that he cannot control, or that do not want him, or that ignore him. So how dare anybody say that Kenyon was bullying a fucking bully? He says, I asked this raggedy ass bitch to stop lying on me. Now it's fuck this hoe. I will be sending this broad the audio proof. Everybody knows her name, so that's not what I needed to hide because she even has a profile with her whole name. I sent the audio proof of her admitting to shipping drugs, which I don't think that actually happened. But this picture that I have stuff redacted, that's her pharmacy license. So he put it on his wall. And remember, he has these women that support him who will do whatever he says. And they effectively got that woman fired and got her license taken away temporarily. So he's costing people jobs. And that's the thing. And it's because this nigga has never had nothing. This situation with Gil is his first real career at 50. At 50, this is his first real career. This is, I mean, this has given him so much validation, which is why now he comes into my chat room. Oh, y'all ain't the only people with a pool. I got a pool now. Although we know that it's not his house, but everything that Gilbert has done has given him validity, you know, given him straight validity. So let's get another one up here. And I know it seems like I'm showing a lot, but like I said, no, I have thousands of receipts. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This was a receipt, and again, this is a woman that he had to tell people. He had this woman telling people that my husband raped her, going on panels, doing interviews. And she finally decided to email me after they were doing this big smear campaign on me in April of 2020. And there's a lot of details because there's lots of emails and stuff that happened where she showed it, but this was just a thumbnail of a video because Taz would go back and have to debunk all of this shit. She says, they called me before Cluster live stream. I wouldn't go up and said I was lying, and you admitted to stealing from me like Shug. I said no. They had more people call me. I hung up. So in the video, babe, you still got this video, right? She goes on to explain, because this is just a thumbnail, that they were pressing her to lie on us. So what they did was get a bunch of people to get up on the platform and say that we stole from them, that we extorted stuff. And he was bullying her into doing this. And it was absolutely ridiculous. Okay. But what's fucked up about this is all of this stuff that she did, like all of this stuff, she's never just come out and just made a video and completely cleared it. She sent me emails and cleared it, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's all this stuff. The ability to get women to do this shit. So and then he went on to harm her children, to try and groom her daughter. He stole from her, took money from her, did all kind of shit to her. All kind of shit to her. Like it was just it was ridiculous. We got more. So, like I said, nothing that I was seeing in Kwame's live last night surprised me because I've been up through there with this bullshit. Up through there, y'all. Can you imagine the same man that is claiming that he has your nudes and that is doing this shit to you with your children's picture as his profile? I can imagine. I can imagine. Because there it is. My daughter's out at a party with friends. They're having fun. And here he is in her profile as using her. This literally was his avatar for years. In fact, some of the receipts that I have from Misunderstood, it's his avatar where he's speaking in the back chats. It's literally his avatar. Okay. And that's the thing. In this, you can't see the other one, but I do have the other one. I should have put it up there. In this live stream in particular, this is what he did to try to become a victim. So someone said to him that he needs to focus on real scammers like Dr. Umar Johnson, right? And so you notice his comment, he says, Umar didn't call my son gay. And so he says, you don't understand a man defending his child. His son's gay, y'all. I mean, I didn't lie. His son was a model for an LGBTQ situation. His son literally talks about sucking dick on Instagram and on TikTok. His son like is on, you can go to his Twitter right now and he's begging for back shots. I didn't lie on him. But he said that and here's the thing, the only reason why I mention this is because he was the one making the comments about gay people. So like if you don't like gay people and you got a problem and you think he thinks that it's a parent's fault if their kids are gay, go fix your son then. Go fix your son. I never lied on this boy. He is, if you go to his Twitter, go to his TikTok, you'll go to, when I'm done with this, my husband is gonna show it. The boy is twerking in thongs and asking for his back to get blown out. But in 2019, he made it seem like it was something being made up. Nobody made up anything on there. Like, he does so much bad stuff that you don't have to lie on him. You don't have to lie on him. There is literally no reason to lie on this man. So, and that's another thing. He's jealous of our sons. Taz's son, which is my bonus son, plays semi-professional football. He's completely decorated in it. My son is a hardworking father to a beautiful wife, creating a family, got married, has his children, has a wife that doesn't even have to work, just living a good life. Very masculine boy. He doesn't like that. He's a hater. He's a hater. And the amount of money that this man has cost me with his lies, the amount of money, okay? We not talking about no little 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 YouTube checks. When they were taking down our channels, they were taking down big money. Okay? Big money. And that was the goal. That was the goal. And there was a time when they would target people for super chatting. If you super chatted us, you were subject to get doxxed. He would do streams counting the super chats. Let's take a look at this. Because I've shown a couple of examples of people spreading stuff or whatever, but I need y'all to understand what it's like. So this is someone coming into a live stream as it begins. You see it's 2 minutes and 18 seconds in. And this is a message. Nylah, you should call the authorities on Shug. He is selling your nudes, doxing you, and defaming your character. This is not something that isn't known on YouTube. Nothing that isn't known. Yeah. So this is what I have to do. And like I said, God forbid someone don't like a piece of content that I do, someone upset that I don't support R. Kelly, someone upset about some position that I took on something. Oh, don't listen to her. She messed with Shug. She gave her news to Shug. She's this. People use it as a weapon. Y'all remember those two bitches from a couple of years ago who linked up to do this surviving Nylah and Taz situation? And that's the thing. What y'all have to understand, when people are doing this to you and you clap back at them, you're the villain. Then you respond to them, you're the problem. And all they have to do is, well, just research. Just do some research on her. Just look up some videos about her and her husband. If they even allow me to be married, because they'll tell you we're not, like, it's insane. We got a few more. Bae, is your video ready? I think he might be behind in the stream, but I got plenty to show, honey. I got plenty to show. This is recent. So y'all know the stuff that's been going on Anton Daniels and all this kind of stuff. My husband was over on Freezy's channel. Shout out to him. And I went and watched some of the playback because I didn't see it all, right? The majority of the chat room is being very, very positive, praising him and all this stuff, right? And then I want y'all to look at not this middle comment. This is her, this is someone laughing at Taz. But I want you to look at these comments, right? This is a commenter, not a well, I don't know if they're a content creator or not, or whatever. But everywhere we go, this is one of Shug's people. If you go right now to his channel, he's discussing us like he knows us. This guy says, you support a scammer and a woman beater in Taz. right? This is just it, this is just a week ago. I don't even think a full week ago. And then you got this other person. Look to Uncle Shug. And this person, I've seen this person in chat rooms saying that my husband threatened. She heard not heard as in secondhand information, but heard with her own ears that my husband threatened to sexually assault someone, a child. This is what they say. Look to Uncle Shug. Taz is a fraud and has a long domestic violence history. So yeah, this is what we have to deal with. And then again, can you imagine? I have a family that is well respected, right? Well known where they are, and very protective, right? My my sister is a scientist. If they are scientists, they are business owners. We have all gone to school. We have all gone to we are all educated. We our names are not bad, right? These videos, we got family calling me. What are they saying? I know damn well Taz ain't hit you. Of course not. Well, why are these people saying that? It's just people just likes a lot people. They just like to make up stuff. Well, you need to get off YouTube. I'm not gonna let him win. People saying, saying that I've had paternity issues with never been inside of a fucking paternity court. Never even been in a child support situation. But let them tell it. I got children out here. They give me extra kids to turn me into what they are. Um, this caught my attention for some reason. Anyway, said he started with Kwame Brown because he said Kwame Brown was super chatting a CC that was talking about him and his father. The weird. He just makes up lies. He makes up lies to justify what he does. He just lies. The man he lies. Okay, if his mouth is open, he's lying. Lying. Okay. Um. Here we go. This is another instance of him tagging me. And again, this is all an attempt at smearing not only my name, but my husband's name, because just think about how damaging it is for a man, right? Is it all the way on here? For a man, okay, that's in male spaces to see this. He mentioned, Sugar Man mentioned you in a post at Girl Aloud. That was one of my channel names. You still mad at Shug because he rejected you after you sent nudes? This is what I've had to deal with, y'all. This is what my husband has had to deal with. This is what we have had to deal with for 7 fucking years. And you can report it. Look, I was losing channels all the time, and they were reporting me from circumvention. These bitches that be hating and stuff, he goes to their chat. Oh yeah, let's report Nylah. Let's do this. Let's report their channels. YouTube allowed me to come back because they did like screw a lot of people around in 2020, which they admitted to or whatever. But he's lost channels, right? But do you know that they have never taken his channel down for what he's done to any of these women on the platform? It got to the point where they would not allow me to report it anymore. They wouldn't even allow me to do it. Wouldn't even allow me to do it. But this is what my husband, and just really think about it, because he's in spaces where there are men that are anti-black women. They're talking really trashy and greasy to women. And so he's defending them, right? So as he's defending women, understand what I'm saying? As my husband is defending women, the men who don't want the women defended, what is their defense? Your wife sent nudes to Shug. That's their defense. Oh, it's a video over here. As soon as people hop on his platform or a platform, they your wife married to a white man. You're homeless. You're poor. She got her nudes. over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. We got more. We got more. One moment. It's been crazy. I'm just gonna show a few more. Um, this one is really like some of this really like some of this stuff. It really triggers me. So again, one of the reasons why this triggers me so bad is because when I see these photos that he is using to represent that they are me, this one behind me, this is, I don't know who this is. I don't know if he merges somebody's face with mine or if he just looks for people with a similar um face or whatever. This is not me. I have never sent anything to this man. Never. This is, this is his live stream screen. Um, and then, he's got a shot of Taz in a car from an old video or whatever. And then, he's got hashtag you kill the head, kill the body, right? Um, so he's essentially built a hate cult surrounding us. And this is what bothers me. So again, I told y'all he was going to my kids' social media, my grandmother's. You look in this top right hand corner. Like imagine like memories that you have with your family, photos of a good wonderful day that you had. Like I literally, this is the picture in the top right hand corner is a picture of my daughter, my grandmother, and me. And it's a special picture. I can remember the day we were sitting in my salon, and it was a good day. I have great memories attached to that day. And to have someone take what represented something good for you and something wholesome and turning and looking at him take your photos and using it as a tool to mock you and your family. So when Kwame was talking about having the pictures of the deceased relative of one of his friends, oh, I can relate because he's put deceased relatives of mine up. There, he was telling people that my I have children with my uncle. Just like anything that you can think of that is rotten and low down, he made up. And what's frustrating is this: a quick fix would be to see what we all wanted to see if you were around that day that he was in Vegas and my husband was going to whoop his ass, but he ran. He ran. He ran. He ran from him. He ran like a little bitch. He ran. So the fact that he won't stand up to men, but he continuously harasses women and now he's pretending to be a victim, it's just it's insane. It is insane, y'all. I think I'm gonna show one more and then I'm going to direct you guys over to my husband's video because he's got receipts for days in the pre-recorded video that he did of him. So this is him just commenting like whenever I speak on relationships or whatever, he gets upset and cuz he I'm not allowed to talk on relationships or Taz isn't. So he was in my comment section recently. I didn't see him because I had him blocked. So someone that manages my channel saw the comment. Can't believe Nylah is talking about someone else's relationship. You know, um, the fact that he feels comfortable is, it's a problem. But I hope that if there was any confusion about who this nigga is, that confusion is cleared up. Um oh, my super chats. Okay. Yes, let me acknowledge these super chats. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody that is here. Let me pin Taz's link and I'm going to set the redirect really quick so that you guys could watch that premiere, because there's hella stuff there too. And he'll probably be a lot more tempered with his presentation of what this man has done. And like I said, most of the stuff I can't even show it, y'all. I can't even play it. I'm gonna play one more time because again, there are more people. This man saying what he said. Um, Play this one more time for the people that are just here. Cash at me. PayPal me. I seen you. Hold on. Who want Nyla's pussy shot? Cash at me. PayPal me. I seen you Nyla's pussy shot. That's another reason why they met. So, just so you know, he's saying that with my daughter's picture as his avatar. He got my daughter's picture as an avatar as he's saying that. As he's saying that, he's got my daughter up there. So this is what this nigga does. Let me set this redirect, and I want to acknowledge every single super chat and just thank you guys so much for coming through. I promise I'm gonna be back with my content. And that's another thing I need to say. This has been very crippling for me as a content creator. There have been times where like I couldn't do it. And like because I always grow super fast, I'm afraid of my own growth. Afraid of my own growth because as I grow or as my husband's channel grows, because we both lost channels and stuff, that's when the attacks start. Whenever, like, typically when a video hits 100,000 views, my channel is flagged. My channel starts growing really, really fast again, they start the mess. And that's literally the cycle. So it's like there is a level of PTSD, I guess, that is associated with some of this. I'm going to set this redirect so that we can go over to Taz's and you guys can watch that video, because like I said, he's got more receipts on what he did and the stuff that has happened over the years, and it's definitely a good one. So let's see what we got here. Um, Thank you so very much, Mixtress Monica. Thank you so very much for the super chat. She says, "Hold up, sis. Even if the body is fake, he owes you money for selling pictures with your face on them. Please talk to a lawyer if you haven't." Yes, ma'am. Thank you again for the super chat. She says, "Sis, if you didn't sign a model release form, he cannot sell pictures of you to anyone without payment agreement." But I didn't give him any pictures. I've never modeled anything for him. So, like, but yeah, but still, he's selling pictures, I guess, with my face on somebody's body or something. He sent it to YouTubers. I remember when the situation happened with Tasha and Chelsea Alana. He literally was in her chat because she said it. She says, "Yeah, somebody sent me the pictures of where her husband, she sent news to someone or whatever." So whenever someone's beefing or there's some drama, he goes to say, here's an alley oop. Okay. Shout out to Christine. She says, I'm so sorry. Thank you so very much. What about a cyber forensic investigator? Those are very expensive. I would love it, but honey, I can't afford it. Not right now. I got other stuff I need to do. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Calvin Barner. He says, we here for you and we understand. F that junkie. We know all about him and his so-called boss. Thank you so much for your support and for that super chat. Thank you very much. G Money Grip, thank you for the super chat. He says, can I react to this video, ma'am? This junkie has been harassing a lot of people on YouTube. I can help expose him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Please react. NPens, thank you so very much for the super chat. She says, Nylah, tech issues because I'm a subscriber but can't chat. Stay positive. Really? I'm so sorry. I don't know why you can't chat. I'm gonna check that out in pins because I definitely see you hype my videos all the time and I appreciate it. Shout out to Flora. She says you didn't deserve any of that. Nylah, praying for your healing and get justice for this BS. Thank you so very much. Feisty ass. I like that name. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it, sis. Thank you. Give me my hearts. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, feisty ass. I appreciate this. This is very generous. She says, please go after underdog. You know what? I will. I will. I will. Blackyards Bill TV. Thank you so very much for the super chat. She says, G Money does the same thing. He from the Shug sector. Okay. I don't know nobody, baby. I don't know none of these people. Shout out to Feisty Ass. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. She said you will win in the end. Thank you so much for being so generous and supportive. I appreciate it so much. Okay. No problem, Miss J. Thank you guys for supporting. And again, thank you to those of you that have been here since day one. I don't care if it's day one to today for supporting, for like being understanding, like when I've had health issues or just not feeling good and couldn't show up the way that I wanted to. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this. There's a video that is pinned in the top. That's the video that is going to show even more receipts. That's my husband's channel, and there's a redirect set. So make sure you get over there to that video and look at the other mess that he's done. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for the likes. Bye-bye.